So around a year ago, I came up with this idea that since I've already been lifting weights for over a year and I was looking for a way to, spice up my training, I decided that I'm gonna start boxing. Right now, I knew that this was a good decision for me, especially since I've never really had a fight in my life. I was always this small little kid who always avoided conflict, right? I was too scared to even throw a punch at anybody to begin with, right? So I definitely knew that I needed some type of martial arts training. But what do you think happened when I walked into the gym for the first time? I didn't know what to do, right? I remember I opened the doors, I walk in, there's some 6'2" guy who looks like Mike Tyson on steroids, staring me in the soul, and I'm standing there shitless, don't know what to do completely. And after a little bit, we start training. Thankfully, my uncle's the boxing coach, so it wasn't that scary. It was actually pretty fun. After a couple of workouts, I fucking loved it, right? Even though to this day I'm not really good at it. I'm certainly not the best, but I've managed to get from genuinely being afraid of fighting, of the concept of being in a fight in general, to actually enjoying it, right? Now, throughout the day, I can't wait for Mondays and Wednesdays because those are the days when I'm sparring, right? It's insane. But the lesson from this video, the thing that I want to discuss today is, are you really stepping outside of your comfort zone? Let me explain, right? Because for the first few weeks of boxing, first few months, matter of fact, I was kind of afraid of it, right? It was something new. The concept of getting punched in the face was scary to me, right? Let alone something even bigger, like getting hit in the liver or getting knocked out. It was a completely different concept to me. But the more I've done it and the more I surrounded myself with it, the less it started to actually scare me, supposedly, right? It wasn't really scary, but it was something new that put me outside of my comfort zone. And the mistake really that most people make on self-improvement is they stop to actually put themselves outside of their comfort zone. Truly take a leap of faith outside of your little bubble, right? And it's crazy to me, right? Because a lot of people, they lift weights, they train martial arts, they do all of these things, cold showers, all of that stuff. But they genuinely aren't even afraid of doing these things. Sure, there is a physical factor of quote unquote discomfort, right? But they're not really testing their minds when they do those things, right? Once they get past the first few weeks of doing something, like weightlifting, boxing, all the examples I just gave out, it becomes simple. Matter of fact, it becomes fun. Look back to your journey with fitness, for example. I remember the days when I started lifting weights and I was terrified, right? Of the idea that some big, powerful bodybuilder is gonna come in and try to judge me. Well, after a few months, once I was actually seeing decent results with it, I fell in love with training, right? Right now, it's been nearly 2 years since I started working out. And I'm doing great, right? This is another part of my training that I just keep thinking about for the entire week because I just like it so much, right? But you need to constantly find new ways to put yourself outside of your comfort zone. If you actually are on self-improvement and you want to genuinely improve yourself, you need to constantly find new ways to step out of that bubble. Just think logically about it. I'm gonna give you the dumbest example ever. There are people out there who aren't afraid of putting themselves under a 225 squat rack, yet they're more afraid of walking up to a girl in public. No, because I'm scared of talking to girls. It's those are the type of things you should be doing. The things that you are actually afraid of. The amount of guys who are actually very athletic, but they start going to the gym to boost themselves even further. They're not stepping outside of their comfort zone as much as the 315 obese guy who's been obese his entire life, and now he's going on a massive comeback to actually get the athleticism he didn't have. He wasn't playing football with the other kids back when he was young. Hell no. He couldn't even run. Okay, that was a little bit too much, but you get the idea, right? Not all activities are equally as difficult for others, right? I loved training. I fell in love with training very quickly, but what I actually hated was counting calories. Gaining weight, putting on muscle, putting on weight was detrimental for my growth and my physique. yet I struggle with it so freaking much, right? And that's what I was focusing on, and that's where I am right now. Certainly, I'm not the biggest, right? I'm around 5'7", perhaps 5'8", but I managed to gain around 15 kilograms of weight since I started, right? I think that's a good result. I started at a whopping 55 kilograms, and now I'm somewhere around, almost 70 kilograms, right? Not there yet, but we're getting close to it, right? You need to actually put yourself outside of your comfort zone. Now, you can start with little steps, right? But the general point is stop convincing yourself that just because you're doing something that's, oh, look, I'm lifting weights like Hamza told me, and now I'm the shit, right? Come on. You can tell when you're actually stepping outside of your comfort zone. You can feel it. Pain, my friend, is one of the few things that's for real, right? You can fake smiles, you can fake certain emotions, but when you feel pain, discomfort, and I'm referring to mental discomfort here, not about physical, because we kind of already discussed it with gym, fitness, and all that, right? But the mental, is for real, right? Once again, I'm not trying to sound like some hilly-billy Andrew Tate kid, but when it's for real, right? Like, you can just tell that, I'm definitely doing it. I suppose that's pretty much it. This concept's fairly simple, yet this is how you actually skyrocket your self-improvement journey from pretty much anybody out there, right? Most people are doing exactly what we've just discussed. They go through the first 2 weeks of being scared of doing something new, and then they keep doing it because now it's fun, right? I want you to constantly put yourself outside of your tiny little bubble, right? Because the more you step out, the bigger the bubble grows. That's pretty much it. If you want to talk to me directly whilst hanging around the absolute best community we have on the entire internet, make sure to click the link. Make sure to click the link below and join the Discord server, because I promise you that you will not find an experience like this anywhere else on this entire planet. But I won't waste your time anymore. If you wanted to, you can click all the videos. I'm not going to force you to do anything. And hopefully, I'll see you in the next video. So keep working, brother. And take care.